Hello Galactic family. You have so much to look forward to, and we have given you ample indication with a picture of where you are heading. Time and time again we have informed you that the old energy is dead and you are no longer bound by its dictates, and have relative freedom to choose your own path to ascension. It therefore follows that matters develop according to the activities taking place on Earth, although encouragement is given to keep you pointed in the right direction. Out of the apparent chaos and uncertainty that presently exists, there are changes taking place to create a basis for a new way of looking at things with a view to achieving permanent peace on Earth. You cannot achieve total peace overnight, as there was and still is much that needs uplifting. Be assured, however, that although it has been difficult to dislodge the Dark Ones and their minions, good progress is being made and things should really start to slot into place from the time of a reevaluation of the currencies. It remains the key to the commencement of many advantageous and welcome changes that are ready to be introduced. Much happens out of sight, and for many reasons is kept secret for safety reasons, as the Dark Ones are everywhere, but not all of them present a danger to the plans for your freedom. Too many people surprise President Trump is still in office, and that is because he is making changes that are necessary for the future of not just the USA but the world. It may not seem apparent on the face of it, and some of his decisions have caused much concern. But come a time when people look back at his term in office, they will agree that he helped bring in necessary changes that have benefited the world. Some have not been well received, but you have to give sufficient time for the benefits to be appreciated. Major changes nearly always cause much objection, and that will always be the case, until the full effects can be fairly judged. Understand that the appointments of those who handle immense power and wealth are now helped by the unseen, who have a complete picture of the future, and use their influence to guide mankind. As always, the final decision is yours, so ensure that the right people are in power that have your well-being at heart and not self-aggrandizement. In the last age, many recent appointments were made simply to promote self-greed and personal power. That time has now passed, and the best people will be the ones in office that are able to lead you into a new era of joy and happiness. The future is bright and planned to give you a way of life that you are entitled to without the threat of war. Be assured that every soul has a certain degree of influence where the future is concerned. There is a collective energy that has an effect far greater than you can possibly imagine, and it is becoming more positive as time passes. Already it has moved beyond the war influence, although those with vested interests in selling weaponry, normally to both sides, are still hoping for World War III. Be assured, dear ones, that it has been decreed by the Ancient Ones who oversee your progress, that it will not be allowed. You only have to go back a short time to know that when the silos were on red alert and ready to release their nuclear weapons, they were all made inoperative. That has happened more than once, and hopefully the message has now sunk in, that nuclear war will not be allowed, never again. Humans have a habit of looking outside of themselves when things go wrong, and clearly not all problems are necessarily related to their actions. However, some are brought upon them through earlier actions that have incurred a karmic response. So when you question what you have done to deserve problems, realize that nothing of any importance to you happens by chance. The circumstances may appear so, but those who organize karma have to take opportunities as they come up. Often it involves other people, and it is not always easy to get them to come together for that purpose. Some situations are so involved that you find it hard to believe that it is prearranged. Yet they are, to the extent that even the outcome is intended to comply with the lessons to be learned. You could say that your guides work overtime to ensure karma is cleared. Your evolution depends on lessons being learned, that are repeated if you fail the first time around until you do. Realize that karma can be carried forward from one life to another, and sometimes it is because you are more able to cope with it. A sensitive issue would be the breakup of a relationship, and even that is planned in advance, where lessons are learnt by all involved. So the message is to take your life experiences seriously and do your best to learn from them, and you will not have to go through such experiences again. Although you have been seriously held back, in the long run you will not miss out, as once the dark winds can no longer interfere with your evolution, withheld inventions and advancements will be released. It will be done in such a way that you are not overpowered and are allowed to become familiar with the changes that are more personal. Clearly you will soon take to easier and faster forms of travel, and the constant availability of all the things you need for day-to-day survival. Furthermore, there will come a time when you will be sufficiently powerful and knowledgeable to create all of your needs by the power of your thought. Travel will become almost instantaneous, much like stepping into a cabinet that you program with your destination, and when you step out you will have arrived. Mention of these advancements is to let you know that the old problems will eventually be put behind you. With extended life and the ability to keep your body in its youthfulness, you will have ample time to fully enjoy it in the higher vibrations. Not least of all, travel outside of the solar system will also be possible. All things come in good time, and nothing will be allowed to interfere with your progress and development. By keeping your focus on what the future will bring, you are helping to draw it nearer to fruition. It will also move your attention away from the last age, enabled to forget the difficulties and problems you faced for millennia of time. There is no point or advantage in holding on to your previous experiences. The important thing is that you will have learned from them and have no further need of them. I leave you with love and blessings, and may the light brighten your days and path to completion. This message comes through my higher self, my God self, and every soul has the same connection to God. In love and light.